What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to MemeGC. Now, this week we have an awesome team for you, and I wanted us to have a really cool team to end off Season 5. Today is the last day of Season 5, and tomorrow we begin the bans, and that's going to be really interesting to see where VGC goes when it's missing some of its top contenders. So if you're excited for Season 6 and the ending of Season 5, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. We have quite a percentage of the viewers on this channel that are not subscribed, and so go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out, especially with us being a small channel, and we've set a goal for 150 subs by my birthday, which is coming up pretty soon, but I think that we can make it. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Also, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think is going to be some of the top strategies of Season 6. I'm really interested to see what you say down there, and I might just end up building some teams around that. So just let me know down there. But for today, we've got a Tentacruel team. Tentacruel's not a mon that you see very much in VGC, and same thing with Trio, and these two actually work together pretty nicely. The reason is because you run Bulldoze on Trio. It traps in your opponents, which is pretty cool with the arena trap. And a sneaky little ability on the Tentacruel allows you to get your weakness policy off while also not allowing your speed to be dropped from Bulldoze. So that's a pretty cool tech. It allows you to outspeed some things you normally would never be able to outspeed because this thing has some speed investment. We've also got a Rillaboom, which, you know, rip Rillaboom as of tomorrow. Corviknight, Grimmsnarl, which is pretty old school, and a Licky. Now, Licky is kind of the main reason I was drawn to this team, because we have a viewer on the channel who has been a really big supporter of the channel, and he has been asking me to feature a Licky for forever, and I haven't done it. So here you go. Licky is on this squad, and it might just end up coming to a game today. So if you're excited about this team, let me know, and let's go ahead and jump into battle number 1. All right, match number 1 of the day, and we see a lot of threats. My goodness, this looks kind of scary. So we've got the Dusclops for the Trick Room mode with Milotic and T-Tar, Bulldoze strats there as well, it looks like. And we've got Rillaboom, we've got Cinderace, and we've got a Dracovish, which is pretty interesting to see. Now, I like Tentacruel in this match actually quite a bit, and Rillaboom as well. I think those are all really nice. I think we're going to lead Trio Tentacruel, and we can always change that up if we need to later. And then I think Grimmsnarl and Rillaboom in the back. I definitely think Rillaboom has a lot of value in this one. Corviknight also has a lot of value. I'm kind of thinking it over the Grimmsnarl, actually. Bulk up Iron Head. Because, I mean, if we get rid of the Cinderace, then this thing's pretty nice. So, yeah, I think we're going to bring the top 4 on this one. Yeah, Rillaboom is really nice against his team. If we can remove the Cinderace, then Rillaboom actually kind of goes to town. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what we can do. I'm trying to think what the worst case scenario lead is. Dracovish Cinderace. I don't believe that is worst case scenario. In fact, I think that's far from worst case scenario. I think that's actually pretty good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Bulldoze, and we're going to max Geyser into the Cinderace. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower the Cinderace's speed using the Bulldoze, and then hit it with a max Geyser. And I think, I don't know because I didn't make this team. This team was made by Pokesports, and it's a pretty awesome team. I think it's pretty cool. You know, we've got the clear body on the Tentacruel, and Tentacruel is base 100 speed. It's not particularly slow. And so we've got some counterplay here. So, by the way, Pokesports, all of his stuff is going to be down in the description below. He's an awesome content creator. He puts out new VGC content, I think, every day. and he uses a really unconventional stuff. So that's why I really like his stuff. So make sure to give him a, make sure to check him out after this video. And so let's see what we can do here. So actually Dracovish is going to be faster, but we are sashed. So that just reveals that he is scarfed, you know, which makes sense. But we're going to still get the bulldoze off, which that does so much to us, but it's fine. It's going to activate our weakness policy here, and it's going to lower the speed of both the Cinderace and the Dracovish. Now, are we faster than Cinderace here now? We are. Get out of here. And that should just one-shot. It does. All right, that's how you remove a Cinderace turn 1. That's how you waste the opponent's max completely. Let's go. And we can actually knock out the Dracovish next turn. We should be faster than it this turn because now we basically just negated the Scarf. So we should be able to go ahead and knock it out next turn if we want to go for that, just depending on what my opponent goes into next. Goes into Rillaboom. Okay, so that makes sense. So what we're going to do here is I'm expecting Grassy Glide into the Dugtrio. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually Sucker Punch into the Rillaboom just to go ahead and get a little bit of damage off on it. And then we're going to go for the Max Starfall onto the Dracovish. And so what this is going to do is it's going to get rid of that grassy terrain and take away this thing's priority. So, and that's what we want to do, right? You want to take away every advantage this thing has. Grassy Glide hurts a lot, but see, there we go. We are faster than the Dracovish. This will definitely knock it out. I'm not worried about that calc at all. And actually, the Dugtrio is going to survive another day. No more grassy terrain, and my opponent is now on their last 2. And so there's no way to reset that grassy terrain. So no more priority, which is absolutely fantastic. Plus we have Corviknight in the back and T-Tar. T-Tar is the last. So I think here, what we want to do is just go ahead and try to get rid of the sand, because, or do we really need to? I don't think we even really need to, because we've got our Rillaboom in the back, so we're not really concerned about T-Tar. So I think I Rock Slide here, and I'm gonna Ooze into the Rillaboom on the off chance that he targets into the Dougie. And plus this has flinch chances as well. We crit the T-Tar. Pretty interesting. Grassy Glide, he's still faster than us and does take out our Tentacruel, which does suck, but it's not the end of the world. Definitely not the end of the world. And we see a Rock Slide coming out from my opponent as well. So double knockout for him. So it's now a 2v2, but I think that we are in a better position. So Rillaboom is now at half. And we're going to bring in our own Rillaboom. That gives us the ability to have priority and be able to hit the Tyranitar. And actually, this seems like a pretty free bulk up here on Corviknight. I don't hate going for that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. So let's see what we can do here. All right, so we're going to Grassy Glide into the T-Tar. We could also fake out the Rillaboom, expecting T-Tar to protect, which is kind of what I'm predicting, actually. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that call. I'm gonna predict the T-Tar to protect here, because it's in danger of Grassy Glide, obviously. So I think you protect here and try to pull some shenanigans with Rillaboom. So let's just see what happens here. And I mean, honestly, it doesn't put us in an awful position either way, because T-Tar really can't do a whole lot to the Corviknight, especially a bulk up Corviknight, which most of them are Iron Defense, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so no Protect coming out, but we do go ahead and hit that Rillaboom up. Super Power into the Corviknight, which is not going to do all that much damage, and you're going to go ahead and lower your attack and defense as well, so that's totally fine with me. So yeah, bulk up is absolutely fantastic here. I really don't see a way for my opponent to win this. I don't think there is. And him going for superpower right there seems to imply that he actually doesn't have protect, because that's kind of that's the time to protect the T-Tar, right, on that turn right there. So we're gonna go ahead. We'll go ahead and take that knockout on T-Tar. And I'm gonna go ahead and Brave Bird into the Rillaboom. Go ahead and try to seal it up on this turn. Grassy Glide's gonna come out into Corviknight and do about 6. And ours is gonna do all of the damage. Perfect. And then this should pick up the final KO. So GG to my opponent. Pretty awesome game. You know, Tentacruel didn't get to do a ton of work, but it definitely, like, taking out Cinderace turn 1, huge, right? That's kind of massive. And then being able to take out the Dracovish turn 2 that thought it was just going to get rid of the Dougie turn 1. We ended up lowering its speed to where the Scarf didn't end up mattering. And so we were able to not take that knockout turn 2. It took out what we needed to take out in order for the Rillaboom to really shine. So they work together really well. It helps take care of the Cinderace, and then Rillaboom kind of handles the rest. So yeah, really awesome game 1. So let's go ahead and get into game 2. All right, match number 2, and we see... I have never seen an Aromatisse in VGC. That is really interesting and really cool. We also have a Meowstic. So Meowstic could actually be a big threat, as well as the Rillaboom. This is a cool team. This is a really cool team. I do have to say, this is a really interesting team. So what do we even do about this? I think Rillaboom is a must bring in this match, just because we're gonna have a terrain war going on here. Licky Licky doesn't look awful here, actually, which is kind of weird to say. So do I lead? I kind of feel like I lead Grimmsnarl Licky Licky, because Grimmsnarl can't be touched by the Meowstic, really, and Licky Licky doesn't really care about being paralyzed. We definitely want Rillaboom in the back, because it really helps to deal with everything. And then do we want Tentacruel? Just no weakness policy? I think we're going to bring Tentacruel just without the weakness policy. We may end up maxing Rillaboom here. Yeah, or do we bring Corviknight? I'm gonna bring the bottom 4 this match. We brought the top 4 first match. Let's bring the bottom 4. This is really interesting because we're bringing everything but the strat that this team is based on. But let's try it. We might have a shot here. I wanted to bring Licky Licky because, you know, my friend wanted Licky Licky, and he's done a lot for the channel. Also wish him congratulations in the comments down below. He just had a baby, so it's a really exciting time for him. So as we see Grimmsnarl and Licky Licky on our end, which is great, and we also see the Meowstic on the other side. So pretty interesting, to say the least. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and light screen turn 1. And how much value do we get out of cursing here? I mean, we could get some value here, but I think I'd rather knock off the Meowstic turn 1 and just not worry about it. Manual Misty Terrain. Ah, okay. So we've got a double terrain team. So this is basically meant to draw in the Rillaboom lead and then take away the terrain. Interesting. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. And we see the Muddy Water. Okay. So trying to lower our accuracy. Doesn't do too much. Lowers Grimmsnarl's accuracy. It doesn't lower Licky Licky's, which is great. And we're gonna go ahead and knock off, I'm sure, a Light Clay. Mental Herb. Okay, also makes sense. Also makes a lot of sense. So do we want to swagger here? I kind of want to swagger the Melodic and body slam the Meowstic. Yeah, there's a Reflect. Makes a lot of sense. I get it. And it avoided. Well, actually, with Misty Terrain, it won't get confused anyway, so that's actually fine. As that does a lot more, because you crit me. That hurts. We get another accuracy drop on Grimmsnarl, and no accuracy drop on Licky Licky again, which is great. Okay. Do we get the paralysis? Please. No, okay. Alright, I think I gotta get Grimmsnarl out of here. I think we're going Rillaboom on this. Do I want to double switch, actually? I kind of like double switching. Yeah, I'm gonna double switch. It's not great just because the Meowstic is still around. And it can just get rid of our terrain. But either way, we're gonna be faster than the Milotic. So we can just switch this out afterwards. Alright, and Licky Licky goes out. And we're gonna go into Corviknight. And we are at Nerve. I really wish we were Mirror Armor here. And Meowstic goes for the Helping Hand. Trying to go ahead and pick up the KO on both Mons. And we see Muddy Water once more. Yeah, I really wish this thing was the Mirror Armor. That way, you know, we could send the... Well, actually, no, that would be bad too because of competitive. Competitive would also be very, very bad. So we're going to fake out Meowstic here. And I'm going to go ahead and click Bulk Up here. Alright, we're going to see the max here, which is kind of crazy. Probably a max Hailstorm. So this could be an issue. This definitely could be an issue. Alternatively, another play could have been to go ahead and max the Rillaboom and go for the Overgrowth or Drum Solo. Yeah, we do see the Hailstorm here. And who's it on? Onto the Rillaboom. Yeah, we are going to take that because we are Assault Vest. Which is another thing that I really like about this set. The Assault Vest Rillaboom is actually such a cool tech. I think it's awesome. But that's going to be a free bulk up, which is definitely going to help later. And even though we're at this little of health, I think leaving Meowstic alive isn't too bad. We do have Roost on Corviknight as well. Alright, so all of the damage. There's so much Turnly damage here. Alright, Hail is just being negated by terrain, except for on Corviknight. Okay. So, do we go ahead and max here? Or do we swap back out into something like Grimmsnarl? I'm going to swap it back out and preserve it. And go ahead and Iron Head the Meowstic. Go ahead and take this out. Because I want to make sure that we have that around for the late game. Because once this has ended its Dynamax, then we're fine. And plus there's the Misty Terrain as well. So yeah, it would have been able to get rid of our Grassy Glide being able to go first. And so I don't want to deal with that. And we see a Max Geyser probably into the Corviknight. Yep, not going to do all that much because Corviknight is super bulky and we have Roost. So our opponent's in I would say a tough spot. I would say this is a tough spot. And Iron Head into the Meowstic will definitely take it out. Alright, we've taken one KO. It took a long time. And we got this in about the time the light screen ended as well, so that is definitely going to help to be able to get that back up. And what do you have in the back? These are the big questions. Do we see opposing Rillaboom? Because that really doesn't... Alright. That's not too bad. Because we are +1/+1 on this Corviknight. So that's not too bad. We might see a Fake Out here. I actually want to Fake Out and Roost here. I don't think that's a terrible play. Yep, Fake Out. Because I don't want to deal with you. And we see the Hailstorm. Is this going to take out our Corviknight without the light screen? It will not. So we're going to get the Roost off, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'll take it. All right, and so this is us effectively stalling out the Dynamax and ending up in a really nice position. So I'm okay with this. So next turn, we just Brave Bird and Light Screen. And I think we're gonna be all right for now, because Milotic really isn't doing all that much, and we can just max Rillaboom still. So this will work out. This will work out. All right. Reflect wears off. That's fine. But so, Light Screen, Brave Bird, do it. Probably see Grassy Glide into the that boy. Yep, that. But we're gonna survive and get the Light Screen off, which is fantastic. And then hopefully at +1. At +1, surely we take this thing out. Come on, surely we take this out. All right, come on. Bop, get out of here. All right, perfect. All right, so this is Dapper Snapper of the future in the editing stage. So at this point, my wife was actually coming home from work, and so I had to go move my car so that she could park, because I actually end up blocking her car when I end up blocking her car from where my car sits. So this is actually me reacting to how this battle went, because as you can see, I'm not there to actually choose my moves. So yeah, it's gonna sit here the entire move timer. Luckily, I was making my moves pretty quickly at the beginning. So yeah, I actually have no clue what's gonna happen here at the end of the battle as I'm recording this. I wanted to make sure that I recorded this live. But from what I'm thinking here, Rillaboom, if Rillaboom clicks Grassy Glide on the Milotic, we should be fine. And then we can let Corviknight go down. But obviously I have no clue what's gonna happen here because it's just gonna pick random stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll the dice here and see what happens. We see Grassy Glide into my, oh look, pro plays. I didn't even have to be there. So yeah, for once my luck is actually great. And we click Iron Head onto the Snorlax. Does it flinch? It does not, okay. I mean, that's fine. Body Slam on Rillaboom. Do we get paralyzed? No. Yeah, this is kind of, it was kind of crazy. You know, because I really thought that the battle was going pretty well so far. It was, both players were playing pretty decently, but I feel like my team had kind of an advantage here in not bringing the Tentacruel and Dougie mode. And so yeah, now my opponent is just down to Snorlax, and I still have 3 of my Mons. So yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty rough position for my opponent. I'm assuming Rillaboom will click Grassy Glide again here, and then Corviknight will also click Iron Head again. I'm assuming that's what happens, but yeah, so I think it's pretty funny that, you know, I didn't even have to be there and the team was still able to carry. I'm pretty happy with how this battle turned out. And spoiler alert, I do know that we won the battle. I do know that we won the battle, but you know, I wasn't really sure how the ending went. So it's pretty cool. Let's go. All right, last turn, hopefully. Grassy Glide. It does a good chunk. I'm a fan of that. Iron Head, and that goes in and takes it out. So that actually just works out totally fine. I'll take that. So yeah, that's another showcase of this team. Like, we were able to set it up in the first few turns to where literally we couldn't lose in the last few turns. Being able to leave the Milotic alone was pretty key. I think the Milotic not being that big of a threat to us was pretty huge, because I mean, if we had to worry about that the whole game, then you know, we would have been in a really bad spot. But yeah, so I guess let's jump back into game 3 and I'll be back for that one. All right, last match of the day, and we've got Galarian Slowbro on the other side. I automatically approve. Let's go. We also have quite a bit of other things. Now, my biggest concern, honestly, is Hatterene, obviously, but we've got poison typing for that. The Dragapult seems kind of tough as well. So I think we go ahead and do Dougie Tentacruel in this one. Let's see, because he's got Torkoal, but he doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have redirection of any kind. So I think this is an okay lead. In the back, what do we want though? Corviknight's probably pretty good. I'm gonna bring Corviknight. And then do we bring Rillaboom? I feel like Rillaboom isn't too bad here. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it. This is a weird matchup for sure. And Galarian Slowbro is not something that you see all the time. It's a cool meme, but I don't consider it to be like particularly strong. So we're just gonna have to see. Although this thing may just pull Quick Draw like crazy and just end up winning either way. I don't know. We'll just have to see. As there it is leading. All right. And so actually this is great because I would rather Dugtrio go ahead and be intimidated. All right, so we need to get rid of this Tentacruel though. That is the thing. So if we click Bulldoze here, the thing is we don't have anything super effective on a Galarian Slowbro. Let's see though, if you are just max HP, if it's max HP but does not go for the Dynamax, then we OHKO it with Geyser at +2. And it can't OHKO us back with Mindstorm. So we're gonna go ahead and go for that. It could also be Quick Claw, Quick Draw, you know, giving it that 30-some% chance to go first, which could be a problem if it doesn't get it and then it gets it the second turn. Because one Mindstorm won't kill us. We do almost the same amount of damage to each other. I do slightly more. Oh, we don't see a max actually, and no Protect either. So let's go ahead and see what my opponent wants to go for here. This could be interesting. But I want to get rid of this Slowbro because the Slowbro is much more of a threat to me. Just because of that Psychic typing. So we're going to go ahead and Geyser here. I don't think it lives this if it's not Dynamaxed. It does not. So yeah, Slowbro, it's unfortunate, but it's going to be a non-factor this game because honestly, if the Quick Draw goes off and it starts hitting me with some Psychic type moves, that could be a problem. And we're going to Parting Shot into Dugtrio. Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine. Dugtrio's not here for big damage. It's here for flinches with Rock Slide, and it's here to set up this Tentacruel. So I'm totally fine with that. So we're actually at -2 now, so that's fine. We see Torkoal. Gonna set the Drought back up. Okay. And we see Hatterene here. Is Hatterene the last one? Because if so, that puts us in kind of a pickle. I don't know what that is. It is Hatterene. Okay. So I think I have to knock this Hatterene out here. I'm going to click Rock Slide and Ooze into the Hatterene. We might see a Protect from it, but I have a feeling it's going to want to try to go for Trick Room, and maybe they max the Torkoal here. That's a possibility. And so they can always switch out the Torkoal in order to preserve the Drought. So that's something to keep in mind, but we're gonna see a max here. Is it gonna be from the Hatterene? It's gonna be from the Torkoal, like what we suspected. So as long as the Hatterene did not Protect here, this should prevent the Trick Room from happening. We're gonna miss somebody. Who'd we miss? Oh, we missed Hatterene. That's way worse. We are gonna get the Ooze off though. How much is this gonna do? It's Sash. See that That rock slide miss matters so much because now it gets the Trick Room off, and that makes it so much more difficult. Yeah, there's a max Quake. And I was totally fine with trading these two. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to do that much because special defense on Tentacruel is actually really nice. Now, there's no psychic terrain here. So after the Trick Room goes up, we can always go for Sucker Punch on the Hatterene to make it a non-threat. But that's still very unfortunate. But we're going to click Geyser here on this and click Sucker Punch. So hopefully Hatterene goes for an attack here. Or at least switches. Because I know that a Quake, we should live a Quake. Sucker Punch, we are able to take out the Hatterene, that's perfect. So we are able to go ahead and take that out. That dodges a big bullet there. And Overgrowth is going to come out. Is this into Dougie? Okay, we're Sash, that's fine. That's totally fine. And then this will get rid of the sun, so this actually isn't too bad at all. I don't think we're gonna KO here. I don't think we KO with this in Sun and Dynamaxed and a +1 special defense. It still does a chunk though. Still does a huge chunk. And a follow-up Hydro Pump will definitely take the KO on this one. Just because the rain is gonna help us do a lot more damage. So even at +1 special defense, it'll be it should be a knockout. And all they have in the back is the Incineroar. And Incineroar can't really touch this all that well. So we should actually be fine. And Dougie's gonna, you know, get even weaker. And again, Tentacruel, not really worrying about it. Now, one interesting play could be to switch out Dougie, actually, and preserve it for Rock Slide later. I don't hate that. I'm going to go Corviknight, because Corviknight really isn't going to do all that much this game. And I'll Protect here. I think this play is fine. I think it's a very safe play. And plus, with us being, you know, in the rain for now until they go for a max, until they go for the max sun, then we should be okay. But this makes them choose: do you get your sun back up, or do you try to knock out the Tentacruel with a yeah? So they do go for the flare. It is going to go into the Corviknight spot, but we actually should live. Yeah, we do live that since we are in the rain. So that's actually perfect. And once we get out of Trick Room, I think we can pretty much seal the game up. So I think we're all right. And this should have stalled out his Dynamax. Yep, no more Dynamax. Very good, very good. Okay, so I think we just click Roost. And because we can't really protect here. Which is more of a threat to us, I guess. They're both kind of threatening to Rillaboom. But I do have high horsepower either way, and Fake Out. And then I'm saving Dougie for once Trick Room is over. We have 2 more turns of Trick Room, so this should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just Hydro into this. We do see a Heat Wave. It's gonna miss the Corviknight, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, that does a lot. And this attack should take out the Tentacruel, I would think. Yeah, it does. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Because now we can just go into Rillaboom here and actually just Fake Out. And that'll be the last turn of Trick Room, and we should be fine after that. So Rillaboom, and then of course Dugtrio can help us in the back. So yeah, we should be all right. I think we can. I think we can make this work. I'm gonna click Brave Bird. Yeah, I'll click Brave Bird on this. And and fake out on it. I'm going to double attack that. I don't think these things typically don't carry protect. Yep, and pop. So no heat waves or anything. And Flare Blitz, is that into the Corviknight? No, into Rillaboom. We do not survive. It's unfortunate. But I mean, Heat Wave would have hurt too. But ultimately we still have Dougie, so it's like, it's fine. Oh, that doesn't quite knock out. But we can actually just go for a Rock Slide on this turn, and it's gonna do damage to both. So it's still not the end of the world here. So we'll go Dougie. And Dougie's gonna actually end up putting in some work here as long as we don't miss. Here at 7 HP, it might just end up putting in some work here. So we're gonna Brave Bird into that, and we're gonna click Rock Slide. This should easily take out the Torkoal. We don't miss either target, which is perfect. Yeah, so Torkoal goes down. All right, so what do you do here? Do you take out the... Oh, we're actually faster, which is great. How much does this do? Enough, perfect. So pretty cool game. It got a little close there at the end with the fire types, but Dugtrio actually coming through. And of course, Tentacruel doing work as well. I do like the ability for Tentacruel to be able to take those early KOs. It really helps out a lot. So yeah, I believe that's a pretty cool showcase of this team. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and Wednesday we'll be back with another awesome Wi-Fi battle for you. So until then, stay safe out there, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.